Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. XRP is mission ready. There's an article from the Daily Hodl that cites a top crypto analyst and notes that is indicating that XRP will be, quote, gearing up for a massive moonshot. And this is happening, by the way, as today, the altcoin market cap has hit an all-time high. So I want to cover that. There's also an honest conversation I wanted to share with you having to do with questions about the supply of XRP and what that means for price action. What are the implications? Can it really rally as high as some of these analysts are thinking it might, given how much is out there and how much has not yet been dispersed into the wild? And also, I want to highlight a very popular chart analyst who I would acknowledge, I think in a general sense, does a rather good job, but hates XRP and Ripple. I want to share with you something that he said and just kind of highlight how there are so many talented chart analysts out there that let their ideology get in the way of honest analysis in terms of price action. And I'll share with you what I mean when we get to that part of the video. But I do want to be clear at the outset, I don't have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say, all right? I'm just an enthusiast who makes YouTube videos as a very fun hobby on the topics of XRP and Ripple and crypto in general. That is all that it is. Now, as I record this latest Moon Lambo hot jam, XRP is at 58.2 cents. Bitcoin is at $57,804. Now just jumped to 815. Yay, live coin watch, everybody. Market cap for the asset class, $1.82 trillion. And Bitcoin dominance declining a bit. It's down to 59.08%. And so as we're seeing the altcoin markets heat up, just set your expectations, because even if it goes up from here in the short term, I tell you what, once this market gets underway, the altcoin activity in particular, that number is going to drop like a rock. And that's not me saying something negative specifically about Bitcoin. I'm just giving you my honest opinion about where this is all going to go. It happened last market cycle. And I'm a Bitcoin holder. I'm long Bitcoin, right? And so I want it to do well. And I do think it will continue to do well for the foreseeable future. And so even if the dominance is dropping, it doesn't mean that it's not appreciating in price necessarily. It could just mean that, more likely, frankly, than not, that the altcoins just are outpacing it. Because the way that the markets work here, for those of you that are new, listen up here and you can verify this yourselves. Money first flows into Bitcoin. Bitcoin leads the market. Eventually, people that invested early want to take profit, so they'll take money out, and then they'll put it into other cryptocurrencies, not based on fundamentals, typically. They'll put it into other altcoins that look cheap, that haven't rallied yet. That's just what the smart money tends to do, and people that do that historically have done quite well. So you make your own financial decisions there. I'm just telling you what I personally think is going on here. And, oh, by the way, Spark Token, should mention that too. As I record this, it's at $1.21 with a 24-hour high of $1.45. So it's super interesting to watch this thing because there's just such low liquidity. It is all over the damn place, but wait until the actual Spark token, mind you, this is just the IOU, it's a placeholder. Wait until the real thing hits the wild. And there's a much more supply traded on multiple cryptocurrency exchanges. That's when it's going to get even more interesting, I'd say. Now, my fellow XRP YouTuber Blockchain Backer put out a video earlier today. And he wrote to this on Twitter. The launchpad holds as Bitcoin price chart pops and altcoin market bullish support sustains. And it is fascinating to see this. So this is kind of a historic day, I think it's fair to say. XRP, along with the rest of the altcoins, collectively hitting an all-time high. In fact, take a look at this. He put out a tweet a little bit later in the day. It's still too early to say it has tremendous meaning, but the hourly close we just had with the total altcoin market cap was the highest hourly close in history. And so at the time, that was, what, $695 billion. And then a little bit later, still in the day, he wrote, highest ever daily candle close for the total altcoin market cap. Check. And so we're waiting to see individual altcoins take off parabolically, because at some point we're going to get our first indications, whether it's one or two at the same time or at a similar time frame, whatever it is, start taking off. We will take note, because if we see a deviation with even just one altcoin and some serious parabolic action, and it's a deviation from what Bitcoin is doing in terms of price action in the short term, that is going to be a strong indicator that things are really about to heat up. Don't know for sure if it's going to happen soon, but most of the fireworks the last market cycle, it happened over a span of what, like 6 weeks, 8 weeks, maybe somewhere in that neighborhood. It was somewhat short-lived, but it was the most intense and exciting price action in the history of crypto. And it's exciting to know that at the point of the market cycle we're in right now, like, we're yet to see that. But there's never been an instance where Bitcoin has rallied like this and altcoins haven't had some sort of reaction. So I don't think we're anywhere near done yet. And there aren't any analysts that I follow that think that Bitcoin's anywhere near done. And again, it's leading the market. So even if blockchain backers are right and Bitcoin only goes to $70,000 or $80,000, and he may be right, I don't know. Even if that's the case, that doesn't mean that, because look, that would be less than a twofold increase from here for Bitcoin. That doesn't mean that altcoins only have a twofold increase from here. No. Wait till the money cycles. That's what I think. And so there is this headline from the Daily Hodl, which actually covered some stuff from Credible Crypto, which I was citing in a very recent video. And he was basically making a comparison to XRP against another up-and-coming altcoin, I'd say, called HBAR. And he just noted that the charts look similar to what happened with HBAR, and it just said it's basically coiling up here to make this big breakout here. And so HBAR, mind you, it was at what, like, I didn't check before recording this video, but it may have been like 2 or 3 cents earlier this year. And earlier today, it hit like 45 cents, and it's retraced a little bit since then. But he really does think that we're going to be seeing some serious fireworks with XRP. Now, what about supply, though? And this is fun. Like, I like to talk about this from time to time when I see interesting conversations on Twitter. And so there was a short back and forth there I wanted to share with you between Credible Crypto, who now has, what, 143,000 followers, and then there's somebody named HBAR Research, who clearly very big, very pro HBAR, which is just fine. Also happens to like XRP, but was asking some questions that, some of these questions, this is why you got to be careful. Like, some of these questions are asked by Bitcoin maxi trolls, not in good faith because they want to troll. This is an individual going through this that I think is operating, it seems to me, is operating in good faith and just wants to logically think through this, and that needs to be encouraged. I love people that are thinking critically and just want to get to the truth of it. And so even if you haven't come to a conclusion for yourself of what you think makes sense for any aspect of XRP, long-term viability, potential price action, it's fun to bounce ideas off of other people that are open-minded, not biased, not ideologically driven. And so HBAR Research wrote the following to Credible Crypto. Question for you on XRP. One thing I don't understand is that XRP is already $25 billion market cap. Given how bullish you are, you'd have to expect that, freed from the SEC, XRP will basically shoot up to be as valuable as Ethereum. Is that right? And then he proceeds, but let me just pause right there. So market cap for XRP as I record this, 26.7 billion. Let's just say it's 25 though. Just for an easy number. Well, Ethereum's at 208 billion, but say it was at 200 just for an easy number. That's roughly, that'd be an 8-fold increase just to get to the market cap of Ethereum. 8-fold increase for XRP. You know what else is an 8-fold increase for XRP? That's what would take it, actually in this case, it would put it a little bit above its all-time high. It would be right around, it would be a little higher than its all-time high of $3.92 according to Live CoinWatch. And do you think it's going to stop there, though? Because, look, I don't think that Ethereum's done either, mind you. It's at $1,811 here. I don't know how it's going to go this market cycle. Some people say 5,000, some people say 10,000. I don't know where it's going to go for sure. But I do suspect it will go much higher. But in terms of the multiplier effect, since it's already rocketed up to over $1,800, a huge percentage of the gains that it's going to experience have already occurred. Even if it goes to $10,000, well, that's just a 5-fold increase. And it's already above what its previous market cycle all-time high was. Whereas with XRP, if you're talking about an 8-fold increase, fine, you're a little over its previous all-time high of almost $4. But do you think it's actually going to stop there? And so into the supply conversation here, he continues. This expectation has to contend with the fact that XRP has 55 billion coins unreleased out of 100 billion. That's huge. I'm a fan of XRP, but asking for a huge moonshot, given its starting point, is a big ask. I happen to feel differently, but again, I think it's perfectly reasonable to come out and just thoughtfully think through this stuff. I don't think that it's a big ask because, again, for me, huge part of the reason that I have confidence in my position of XRP is because I believe firmly that this asset class is in its nascency. I believe that XRP is moving in tandem with the rest of the market. I think that money is going to cycle from Bitcoin to large cap coins to mid cap coins, and then small cap coins, rinse and repeat. And there'll be outliers. There'll be some coins that'll pop off here and there. There'll be little outliers, of course, yeah. But I'm just speaking in a general sense here. But I do have confidence that XRP will move with the rest of the market. Now, as far as the total supply, look, here's what I think is most important in terms of supply. It's not the total quantity that exists. It's not even necessarily circulating supply. So circulating supply is whatever has been sent out from the initial distributor. Now, the way that Live Coin Watch and Coin Market Cap track this stuff, they're pretending as though Ripple is the distributor. They're the issuer. That's the word that they use. Is the word the term issuer. Now, Ripple didn't create it, so they can't be, but just setting that aside, let's just pretend that Ripple is the issuer. They're not, because, again, XRP existed before them. But if they're the issuer, okay, fine. So that's why you see that the circulating supply does not include what Ripple holds in escrow. That's the reason, right? And so the rest of it, since it's been dispersed, it's out of Ripple's hands, that is considered to be the circulating supply. Everything that has been put out into the wild. But even that's not the most important number, mind you. I'll tell you what it is, though. Here, I think it's on the screen here. Or maybe it's not. Okay, maybe I don't have my column set up to show that, do I? Oh no, I do. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's what they call market cap is circulating supply. It gets even more muddy. I should have mentioned that too. So what they're calling market cap, I believe that's just based on what they're calling the circulating supply, because the true market cap would just be the total supply, which would be 100 billion, a little bit less since there's some burning of XRP. It would be that times whatever the market price is, but that's not how they're calculating. They're actually using circulating supply, which they're calling market cap, which does make it more confusing. They shouldn't have done that, but that's what they've done. That's what people have accepted, even though I think it's stupid. That's just what they're doing. And so as far as that number, okay, worth being aware of it. But the number that's actually more important, and I don't know what that is at this exact moment, it's the amount of XRP that is being traded on exchanges. Because people on spot exchanges like Coinbase or just wherever XRP is tradable today, the humans that are buying and selling it there, they're the ones that are deciding what the market rate of XRP on. It's just supply and demand dynamics. And so if there's less available for sale, then it's going to make it more likely that the price will get pushed up. And so it's not uncommon for any cryptocurrency to only have whatever the circulating supply is, to only have like whether it's 5 or 10% of that number actually available at any given moment for sale. So it's a small percentage. The same is true for Bitcoin. And so that's what people are fighting over. And so given that there's barely any available on exchanges, that's a huge part of what makes it possible for the price of XRP to just rocket up insanely. And so people think, oh my gosh, there's 100 billion, that's too much. Well, that's not true. But even if you look at what they're calling the market cap here, which is circulating supply, $40 billion here. And then the supply. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. I think my brain stopped working a couple minutes ago. The number I was actually looking for was the circulating supply, and then the market cap is based on the circulating supply, but the number that I was looking for was the actual circulating supply, which I think is I don't know, it's around whether it's 40 or 45 billion, but that's not on the screen. I apologize, I misspoke a little bit there. That's what I actually meant. But either way, the bigger point that I wanted to make was just this idea that there's not that much XRP for sale at any given moment, and that's what people have to fight over. And there are so many whales and market makers and cryptocurrency exchanges that have huge holdings that have taken it off the market, and it's not all for sale at any given moment. It's a small percentage, right? And so it doesn't really matter as much, the total supply. And you could say, okay, well, there's a psychological factor. People are aware there's 100 billion. And I'd say, yeah, I'd actually agree with that. I don't think there's a great way to measure to what degree that is impacting the price of XRP, but since that's a known factor, that there's a max supply of 100 billion and the circulating supply is known, that those factors would already be baked into the price. So if those big numbers are keeping the price of XRP lower than it would otherwise be if the supply were lower, fine. I don't care. I don't care. Either way, it's baked in. So it is what it is. Right? And so then Credible Crypto jumped in here and wrote, what does total supply have to do with this? Considering over the course of this bull run, circulating supply is likely not going to increase by more than 2 to 4% anyways. And then HBAR Research responded, I understand the impact of supply can be limited. I mean, HBAR has a huge amount outstanding, but at the least, it affects investor psychology / behavior. Yeah, which is what I already touched on. I agree, but I just think it's baked into the price already. And then HBAR Research writes, and as a point of math, fully diluted market cap is really what we're saying these are worth long term. Well, you could say that, but again, like I said, once you're talking about it all being out like into the wild and it's all considered 100% in circulating supply, how much is available for sale? Like that's the number that people are actually playing with, and that's when markets get to work and just do what they do organically. That's what you really need to watch for. Credible Crypto responded and wrote, we have seen coins that are literally meme coins, and then he cites Dogecoin, have unprecedented levels of growth in this market, which would tell you that these markets are still insanely speculative and irrational. Do not expect coins like XRP that actually have use to be limited by math. Spot on. Well stated, Credible Crypto. I feel exactly the same, which goes back to what I was saying, simply that XRP and the crypto asset class, it's all in its nascency, and people are not sufficiently parsing out the differences between coins from a usage perspective, from a technical perspective. They're just speculating. They're just betting on the market as a whole in a general sense. That's why the market does move in tandem. Just zoom out on a chart and you can see it. So it doesn't move in tandem down to the second, the minute, the day, the week, the month, the quarter, so on and so forth. But it does move in tandem given a sufficiently long time frame. It's visible with your own human eyeballs on a chart. It is not logically disputable. It's just a fact. All right. And so people just don't care about the actual utility at this point, but they will. And so to think that XRP is not going to rally, but Dogecoin can rally, that does not compute to me, especially considering that the vast majority of trading happens outside of the United States. So when XRP ran up to almost $4 last market cycle, that was primarily because of people that do not live in the United States. The vast majority of what resulted in that happening was this global push outside of the United States. Coinbase wasn't even trading XRP at the time, just like they're not now. So it doesn't freaking matter, frankly. I really don't think it's going to matter in the end. Just my humble opinion. We'll see if I'm right or wrong. Here's a tweet from popular chart analyst Michael Vanderpopp. And by the way, with what I'm saying here, I want to be clear before I even get into this. I enjoy following Michael Vanderpopp. Nothing against him whatsoever. And he does not like Ripple. He does not like XRP. And so to me, people that have different opinions, they're not just by default my enemy. So I like following him. Now, if he ended up, I don't think he even knows I exist, but if he did and he decided he didn't like me because I like Ripple and I like XRP, okay, I guess I'd change my opinion then. I would hope that this individual could be an adult also. I'd hope that anyone could, right? And so I don't mind that he has an opinion that's different than my own. I just think he's wrong, and he thinks I'm wrong, right? But here's what I've observed. He's very popular. So he's got, at this point on Twitter, 181,000 followers. That's insane. That's a crazy amount. So props to him. It's well-deserved. There's a reason that I choose to follow him. His analysis about Bitcoin and many other cryptos, it tends to make sense. I've thrown him in the fold. I've highlighted him on this channel a number of times during the lifespan of this channel. I've been running this channel over 2 years now. But I highlighted a tweet from him, which I'll cite that in just a moment. Let me tell you why I'm even talking about this. He put a tweet out 12 hours ago. Matter of time until Ethereum hits $5,000. It's inevitable. And I don't know for sure if that's going to happen, but I could buy it. That doesn't sound wacky to me. And then somebody named Ivan responded to that and wrote, XRP will 40x this run. Who cares if a coin is going 1.5x? Are you paid to hype? ? And so I don't have any indication that he's paid to hype. That's not the reason that I'm talking about this. And really, he talks about a number of different coins. So I personally didn't feel the same way as Ivan. I didn't feel like that was hype. I think he was just talking about one of the coins that he talks about. All right. Now, as far as XRP going 40x, what would that put it at? Somewhere in the neighborhood, a little over $20 or something like that. If I just did my quick Moon Lambo head math right, which means it's probably wrong, but it might be around there, right? So yeah, that would be much more than Ethereum going 1.5x. But we don't know the multiplier of for XRP this market cycle, what it's going to look like from here, or Ethereum, right? To be fair, but Michael Vanderpopp saw that. And he retweeted that tweet from Ivan, which again says, XRP will 40x this run. Who cares? If a coin is going 1.5x, are you paid to hype? And all Michael wrote was, XRP is utterly garbage, which really just to me, it got some chuckles out of me. This stuff doesn't make me mad. I'm just like, people have different opinions. I just think he's wrong. Obviously, XRP is not garbage. It's one of the only cryptocurrencies actually used in anything today. It's used in enterprise grade software, It's incredible. It's helping some of the poorest people on the planet save money today. It's not a science experiment. It's actually helping people. And he says that XRP, which makes that possible, is garbage. So firmly disagree. I don't think he really knows a whole lot. From what I've seen anyway, I don't get the gist that he knows a bunch about Ripple or XRP. He just doesn't like it. Maybe it's ideological reasons, whatever it is. And so he says that XRP is garbage. But I wanted to highlight here that this is the type of mindset that taints the technical analysis, the chart reading from otherwise good chart analysts. And I didn't bother looking up the tweet. I actually have talked about it on the channel before, but he put out a tweet. It might have been in February. It could have been, maybe it was January. I think it was January now that I think about it. And he said XRP's high for the market cycle. And mind you, XRP, it was probably, I don't know if it's 20 or 30 something cents. It was probably hovering like the upper 20 range. I'd have to go back and really look to be sure, but it was probably around there. And he said the market cycle high for XRP, this market cycle, would be, and I'm going from memory, but I think he wrote like 52 to 60 cents. It was somewhere around there. I'm not far off. If I'm off, I'm not far off. 52 to 60 cents. And I think it was just weeks after that, XRP blasted through 70 cents briefly, and then it had a retracement. But it's just so funny to me, like an otherwise great chart analyst who just doesn't think that XRP is going to move with the market, and he's already been proven wrong. It is. It absolutely is. And again, as I record this, XRP's at 58.2 cents. And so what he stated, what he thought was going to be happening here, it's just wrong. And so that's why for me, like, I will follow Bitcoin maximalist chart analysts, and then I only take to heart their analysis about coins that aren't XRP if they're just XRP haters. That's it here. But it's just interesting. So I just thought I'd mention it. It is what it is, and I just thought I'd share with you the way that I view these people. I don't think that they're the enemy. I don't think they're bad people, unless they prove to me they're bad people. Like if they're just going to be like out of nowhere, just some sort of rude Bitcoin maxi troll, like rude to me or somebody else in the community out of nowhere. Well, then I just think that they're a trash person. But it doesn't mean that they're all trash people. I mean, a lot of them are, but I try and take it on a person by person basis. And either way, it's just fascinating to see these insanely popular people are so wrong about XRP. And tweets like that, it's just, you're going to come back by the time this market cycle's done, and you're going to have a see I told you so moment, and it's going to be delicious. I'll wrap up there, though. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the Moon Lambo.